All right, happy Monday, guys. This is a interesting setup that we have. I am in my normal so-called studio at home, and it looks like Dale here is in his as well. No, absolutely not. Dale,
Nope.
where are you right now?
I'm currently at the San Diego International Airport, dude, aka the ghost town of the West.
It looks like it's packed. Hopefully, you're able to get a seat on your flight.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I wasn't sure what to expect. I want to go see the family for a little bit before my life goes back to normal.
Yeah,
And now with things opening, I figured that if not now, then I won't be able to.
yeah, for
And
sure.
dude, I can't even grab a coffee. Like I imagined like being able to get here, get a coffee, have some. Nope,
Mhm.
everything is closed.
Wow, that's insane. Hopefully you make it a safe flight. Obviously, I've never seen
Dude,
an airport that empty.
bro,
That
that's not
is
even the worst
crazy.
thing. I got through security and my mask broke. I'm like, I have a makeshift setup with my mask right now too. This is terrible.
Well, welcome to 2020. We're in a time where you have to wear a mask in public. It just is what it is. But we're not going to let that stop what we're doing. We have a good flow. We have some good rhythm. So last night we had The Last Dance, episode 5 and 6. It was really good. Last week you had the Dennis Rodman introduction. This week it really dove more into who Jordan was as a person. And quite frankly, look, Josh, me and you both like to gamble. Not as much as MJ. Does he have a problem?
Do you have a gambling problem?
No, I enjoy it. It's a hobby.
No, I mean, dude, that's pennies. Like what MJ gambles is probably like equivalent to percentages that we gamble,
Yeah.
right? Like I see nothing wrong with MJ wanting to put 50 grand on a golf game. Like that's like 50 bucks to you or me. Like people were overreacting beyond belief.
I thought it was really funny because there was a reporter during it that said, yeah, to him, $10,000 is like $10 to us. Like he just has it. And there was plenty of stats that broke down how much his net worth was and all of his endorsements, whether it was Nike, whether it was McDonald's, whether it was Wheaties, all of it. He was totally dominating that market. And yeah,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
think he has a problem either. I thought it was really fascinating. The case where he had to go to court because that guy was laundering money, and it was like $57,000. That just
Hmm.
is what it is. That is pennies to him. Maybe,
Yeah,
and then
it's
what do you
pennies.
think about him when he went to Atlantic City, took a break, a so-called break, because
Dude,
the Knicks went up 2-0, and he decided, hey, I want to take my mind off some basketball.
well, I'm pretty sure he did that going into game two,
Yeah.
to make it 2-0. So I don't mind it.
Hmm.
Professional athletes need scapegoats. A lot of players nowadays play video games. Jordan just wanted to go play some blackjack. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that to me. It's not like he was showing up and not having a good game. Like he still had an unbelievable game. Like, I don't know. People, I think we're trying to just make something out of nothing here.
Yeah.
And I think that our generation clearly stands. I
Well,
don't know.
I
I
thought it
like
would,
it.
yeah, the whole thing, I just figured, he is just this icon. And it's funny because they didn't have social media back then. Can you imagine if there was social media back then? I think a lot of things would have been different, but
Oh
his
yeah.
mystique, I don't think it would have carried as much because, with LeBron now, we know exactly what he's doing at all times, whether he's
Yep.
yelling Taco Tuesday
It's Taco Tuesday.
or whether he's, whatever he's doing. It's not like that with Jordan. And to hear some of these
No.
stories, like kind of you're peeling back the layers and you're like, wow, this is actually really interesting. Um,
Yeah. ESPN's doing an incredible job of humanizing him for us.
yeah, they
Because
really are.
I think that like when we were growing up, Michael Jordan was always just like a legend, right? Like we
Yeah.
didn't get to live through this stuff like our parents did or our families
Hmm.
did. And like to see him humanized and like see him have flaws and see him like make mistakes, like I love it. I think this is one of the best series that I've ever seen, and we still have some good stuff left, I think.
Yeah, we still have 4 more episodes. Thank God. It's really something that I look forward to on Sundays. It's almost like a great HBO show. Like back in the day, we had like Game of
Oh yeah.
Thrones or Sopranos. Like you always have something to look forward to. I can't wait till next week. So this dove really, like I said, into the series. It showed them beating the Phoenix Suns and Charles Barkley. A lot of people forget about Charles Barkley and how dominant he was. And there was,
Oh yeah.
so the whole thing with Draymond Green, I don't know, a couple months ago saying that he was better than Charles Barkley. He could be, take him on in any era.
No.
I disagree because Draymond Green has never won an MVP. And that begs another question in terms of MVP. And you had the Warriors, who were a dynasty. Jordan, won the gold medal, won a, finals MVP, won the finals. And then you have Curry, who is a unanimous. Is it interesting that Jordan was never a unanimous MVP?
This topic gets me more than most topics do, being the Cavs fan that I am.
Oh,
The
God.
fact that Curry was a unanimous MVP is the biggest disgrace in all sports.
It's not a biggest disgrace. Did you see the numbers he put up that year?
Did you see the numbers that Bron put up that year?
Okay, you can't bring in LeBron in on this.
Why can't I? LeBron's the GOAT in my eyes. I think that I don't know. I just think it's wild that Curry, who doesn't play any defense and is more today's day and age basketball player, was the first unanimous watching these Jordan highlights. Dude, Jordan was dominant offensively and defensively. Curry didn't even do the numbers that he's doing. Or that he did.
Yeah, he joins Elgin Baylor as the only player. And there was another one, too. It's escaping my mind. He averaged 40 points in the finals. That
It's
screams.
incredible.
Yeah, that I don't know if that's ever going to be done again. And
No.
I think what's really great is I love the timeline when they go back and forth. So it's going back from 98, and it goes to 91, 92, and back to 98. So we're watching last night, and it's wow, they just pulled off a three-peat, and they still do that one more time. That's insane. That's it blows my mind.
It's crazy to me how okay, so when Jordan retired the first time, right? He retired because he was just sick and tired of the media and everything going on. Dude, imagine if he never took that break.
They wouldn't have won. See, okay, here's my thing with that. Everyone says, "Oh, if he doesn't retire,
Everything
they're
would
going
have
to win
been
10
different. No, you're right.
championships." The episode 5 and 6 really honed in on showing how hard it is not only to win a championship, not only to repeat, but to three-peat. I mean, did you see the look on his face after they beat the Suns? I mean, it just was like a sigh of relief. He was coming back.
I've seen that look only one other time, and it was LeBron after he won in 16.
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron made 8 straight finals?
Yeah, and I think it was 7 at that time. But the way that he was so much more solemn. It wasn't, and yes, they were going to party. There was going to be celebrations, but it looked like the world was taken off of his shoulders. And I think
I look at it completely different now than I did.
Yeah, I did too. And because on paper it's oh, why can't you just go and win? You just don't. The cameras, the ESPN, Netflix, the NBA, they did such an excellent job of broadcasting that and showing it's not that easy.